Okay. With luck, everything's working. Hello everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon Legends Arceus. I have hair in my eye. It's not a great way of starting things. No hair bothering my eye. I just got out of the shower, so I had to kind of rush everything to get it going, but we are here. Now, we have a lot of side quests to gather up, like, a lot, so let's do that. Hey man, what am I gonna do? I'll make a real fool of myself in front of Conlan. Oh, hello, you're one of those kids from the Survey Corps, right? I'm not a kid, but okay. Actually be the person I need to help me out with a little research. My boy Colan and I are planning to head to Prelude Beach at night to try and find the ghosts that are rumored to haunt the place. But ghosts scare the daylights out of me, my son. Yeah, he's terrified of them. You'd think we could just not go and call it a day, but no, I'm afraid it's a little hard to set on this. But, you know, a fella can't stay scared of ghosts forever, right? It's just too tragic. For my boy, I mean. So maybe if I study up on ghosts, I can find a way to help my boy conquer his fears. Got any research data on Spooky Ghastly? That'd be a good one. Yeah, I think I actually do. Like, I think I legitimately already have full data on Ghastly. It's in here somewhere. Yeah. Hey, man. Ooh, got lots of data on Ghastly, have you? Let's see. So it's all recorded in this Pokedex of yours. Alright, then. Mushrooms, eh? Well, I'll be. It says here the Ghastly like to eat mushrooms, of all things. Not that that's a bad thing, mind. It's just a lot more tame than I was expecting. You know, I was thinking ghosts love nothing more than to snack on unsuspecting humans. You know, it's funny. I'm actually rather partial to a nice mushroom stew myself. Maybe Ghastly aren't so ghastly after all. Dad, what you doing there? Heck, Gunlan. Talk about work again. Don't forget you gotta take the day off tomorrow. Promise to take me to see the ghosties at Prelude Beach, remember? Of course, your old dad remembers, kiddo. I'd never let work get in the way of our ghost hunt. We're looking forward to it. Yay, I'm gonna catch a ghostie and show it to all my friends. Bye! You know, he was just putting on a brave face, because you're here. Anyway, I owe you one, kid. I get the feeling my boy will be just fine tomorrow. Hey, a linking cord. / link cable. I can evolve a trade evolution now. We've got a fair few of those that we could do. Another side quest over here. Look at all these badoofs. That one says oof. It's because he's way up there and he can't get down. It's a real oof. Hey, you're quite the Pokemon expert. I was wondering if you know anything about a Pokemon that has 2 tail fins. Saw one swimming the other day, fluttering its 2 tail fins behind it. Looked so lovely, I was captivated right away. Really want to see that Pokemon again. This time I want to get good look it up. Good. Yeah, I think I can do that. I can also read. I am pretty sure the Pokemon that they wish to see is Lumineon. Oh, it isn't the one. 2 tail fins. Is it maybe Finneon? It's Finneon. I was close. The way it wiggles its fins is so adorable. It's like they're fluttering in the wind. You've outdone yourself on this one. Thanks so much for taking on my request. From now on, you Survey Corps folks have my full support. Keep giving it your all out there. Also, I apologize if my microphone and face cam aren't lining up. I don't know what's up with that lately. It's causing me a lot of problems. It'll sometimes work, sometimes won't. It's like sometimes it's not picking up on the delay that's supposed to be there. So there's supposed to be a 1/10 of a second delay. And sometimes it's just like, nah, don't wanna. Which is honestly quite annoying. Okay, let's see here. Do I have a trade evolution that I can do right now that I want to do? I mean, I could do Machamp. Yeah, that Burmy I caught. Yeah. I really need to get a Trash Cloak female. I mean, technically I've got Porygon Z, but that's a different kind of evolution. Still requires an item, though. I've got Graveler around here somewhere. I was using Graveler for a bit. I think this is the one I was using, too. Could do Golem. Do I really want that many? Well, I'd be replacing Rhyperior, but would I really want that many slow Pokemon? I already don't like the amount of slow Pokemon I've got. So, you know, kind of a problem there. Raising Ralts would be pretty nice. Fairy types in general are just kind of busted. And the fact that Gardevoir got to become Fairy type just made it all that much more strong. Because, like, yeah, sure, it's weak to Poison now. But Poison is also weak to Psychic. So, you know, and Gardevoir hits pretty hard. It's not exactly something you'd want to be taking to the face. I kind of want to use the Lumineon. It's so high level, though. Okay, I still have a lot of work to do on Dusclops, don't I? No, I'm done Dusclops. Okay, so I just need to evolve it now. Which I can't do without a Reaper Cloth, I believe it is. So, I could replace out Dusclops with something. Quillfish is pretty neat. Has an evolution. How does Honchkrow evolve again? I legitimately don't remember. I was just looking this stuff up, like, a couple days ago. More than a couple days ago. It was like a week ago. But, Duskstone. Okay, I might actually have a Duskstone. That'd be pretty neat, having a Honchkrow. I should go check what items I've got. Like, what evolution stones. Okay, I do not have a Duskstone. So yeah, that wouldn't happen. Especially because I'm already done Murkrow. I don't have much of a need for that, so... The link cable's such a cool item. I really wish they would have kept that for Scarlet and Violet. Because, like, there's so many trade evolutions, and unless you have a friend you're playing with, you really have to trust a random person on the internet to not just keep the Pokemon you're trying to evolve, which is never fun. Could do Glameow. I do like me a normal type, and Brawgly's not slow, so, you know. This feels like an attack up nature. No. So I guess the other one's attack down, but that is speed up. Ooh. You know what? A-Palm time. It's time for the palms to be A. And it can evolve immediately. I don't know if I want to evolve it immediately. I think I still have work to do on Apom. Nope, no, I am done Apom. I can evolve it immediately. And then I can get working on Ambipom. Yeah, let's do it. Again, as I've mentioned quite a few times, don't take me being obsessive over natures as something you need to do. If you're new to Pokemon, don't even care about the nature. Just take it as a little quirk of the Pokemon. Like, if you want to just look at this and be like, oh, she's jolly. Like, just go with that. Just treat it as their personality trait. Like, you know, this Lopunny's pretty quiet. You know, this Staraptor's pretty lax, pretty lazy. Rhyperior's pretty bashful. You can embarrass her pretty easily. Goodra's pretty careful. Lilligant over here is pretty lonely, so be her friend. You know, if you just want to go with that, go for it. Like, don't think me obsessing over natures is something you actually have to do. Because you really don't. Okay, let's check moves here. Ooh, no nasty plot. Quick attack, please. Thank you. Quick attack's like the only... Ooh, okay. This is gonna be... I need to teach this thing moves. Oh, no. Well, no, nasty plot's not bad here, because it just raises offensive stats. But technically so does double hit. I feel like double hit's kind of better, but you know what? I'm going to replace Swift for Nasty Plot. Ambipom can be allowed to think some nasty thoughts. And I'll keep Mud Bomb, even though it's not great, just for the coverage. Because it is always nice to have that little bit of coverage. Hey man, whoops. Okay, yeah, I'm good for now. Anything in here worth buying? No. I could, however, sell some of this stuff. Sell one of these, 2 of these, 39 of these. Just want to keep 1 of each so I have a stack. And hey, I've got money again! Nah. Okay, I can do this first. Hey, Zissou! I want new moves. For Ambipom. Because Jesus, does it need something. Okay, it learns a lot. Okay. Shadow Claw could be nice coverage, because normal types can't really do much to ghosts, and that gives it a way of dealing with ghosts. So, I kind of want to keep double hit, so I just want one other thing. Fire Punch would probably be the most generically useful of these. Aerial Ace would give me coverage against fighting types, which would be helpful, but I can just swap for that. Yeah, I think Shadow Claw, Fire Punch. Yeah, let's see. Is there anything new Lopunny can learn? Drain Punch? Drain Punch could be nice. So it's just a generically good move. I think currently she just has Mach Punch, which isn't bad, but like, she also has Quick Attack. So, Drain Punch will definitely be worthwhile there. Staraptor! Still nothing, really. Blah. Okay, Rhyperior! Okay, Poison Jab, that could be nice to know. Aqua Tail. Okay. Doesn't really help too much, but that's neat. Ooh, Outrage. That's heavily nerfed Outrage. Probably because you're not forced into using it. That's probably why. Good old Stone Miss. You know, I'm gonna grab Poison Jab and Ice Punch. I don't know if I'll learn either of them. Like, actually use them, but I'll grab them. Just to say I have them. Gudra, anything new you can learn? Your physical side, so... Could learn Outrage. I could also... Well, no, that just lowers offensive stats. I gotta remember that. This doesn't have different, physical and special attack stats. It's just you lower your attack stats, plural. This is why special attacking would be so nice, because I could be like Sludge Bomb. Actually, I wouldn't have a steel move. But I could be like Sludge Bomb, Flamethrower, Ice Beam. Drop a Draco on him. Okay, Lilligant. You're last. What can you get? Poison Jab? Poison Jab is... just give me Poison Jab on more things. Give me Aerial Ace too, just in case I maybe want it. Because that would give some coverage, so... Okay. Now. Let's Fire Punch, Shadow Claw. Now, yeah, I'm gonna put Drain Punch over Mach Punch. I think I'm pretty... Well, okay, I could get rid of Double Edge. I don't need to use it anymore. I don't think I'd really want to be using it anyway. Ice Punch gives the same kinds of coverage as Poison Jab, I suppose. Well, does it? Ice is good against grass, but so is Poison Jab. But a lot of grass types tend to also be poison type, which makes it neutrally effective. Ice is good against ground. Rhyperior is weak to ground, and Poison Jab is resisted by ground. Could start Ice Dragons. Poison Jab is just neutral against dragons. Poison is good against grass, but as mentioned, a lot of grass types can be grass poison. What else is it good against? Fairies. I'm not terribly worried about fairies, though. I've got a steel type. It is a steel dragon, but it's still a steel type. Yeah, I think I'll take Ice Punch over Double Edge. Lilligant is the one I don't think I'll actually be changing any moves around on. Because, like, what would I even change out? I suppose I could change out Recovery for Poison, or Recover for Poison Jab. That is something I could do. Don't know why I would do it. Poor Gudra. Like, Dragon Pulse, Thunderbolt. Hydro Pump. All nice moves. Okay. Hey, I'm here. Hello, Dawn. This gentleman is Warden Ingo, who serves Sneasler. He will guide you to her domain. Pleased to properly meet you. I apologize for that abrupt how do you do before. I'm Warden Ingo. I understand you'll need a hand from Sneasler in order to meet Electrode. Whether she'll see fit to help you, however, we can only find out by making the journey. Let's have a safe journey to Mount Coronet. All aboard! Ingo's a bit like you, you know. How so? He appeared one day from who knows where. What's more, much of his memory seems to be missing. Maybe traveling with you will help fill in some of the gaps in his memory. Does Kiram ring a bell? In any case, I'm glad to help. Glad to have your help. I'm glad to have your help to count on once again, Dawn. I can read. Good luck in the Highlands. Here I was thinking we'd do a battle here, but I guess not. Guess no battling for me. Hey man, how goes the Dust Docks? Still no progress on that guy yet. Oh, hello Rand. Didn't notice you there. Yeah, it's no problem, man. Hearing reports of one of the mass outbreaks. Oh, mass outbreaks have started. Cool. That's neat. Stantlers. I don't really need Stantler. Yeah, that's fair. I run a decent risk of, like, losing power today, so that'll be fun. I'm going to, like, almost immediately as soon as this stream ends, be recording my Animal Crossing for today. I would have done it sooner, but I wanted to shower first, and I wanted to wake up before I showered. And then I got playing World of Tanks, and then it was, like, 11, like, 20 after 11, and I'm like, oh, I stream in, like, 50 minutes. I need to shower, like, right now. So... yeah, my girl, welcome to the Coronet Highlands. Expect you'll find all sorts of rock types and ground type Pokemon wandering about these craggy, boulder-strewn heights. And up there, right beneath the great rift in space-time, is the peak of Mount Coronet itself. The magnetism from it may as well exert some sort of influence on Pokemon throughout the area. Fascinating stuff. Yeah, it really sucks. Like, and it's basically just we're having a winter storm is the best way of putting it. Effectively, last I looked at the weather, it's going to effectively be kind of blizzard-like conditions with snow, followed by ice pellets, then followed by freezing rain. Yeah, I've got a power bank as well for that. It's gonna move stuff. It's all tangled up in cords. It's... choking on my own spit. I literally went on Amazon and was like, hey, this one has a solar panel, and then realized it has lots of solar panels, and they work rather well. Because a few years ago, and it was a few years at this point, jeez, it's been so long, we had a pretty bad hurricane come through in around, like, September-ish that knocked out power for, like, a week. So it was like, yeah, by the end of that week, I was out of electronics with power and was bored out of my mind. Robopass. Chewed gum. Oh, I was kind of going to get in here without noticing. What level are you anyway? I'm good for Ambipom. Oh yeah, Ambipom can handle this. Quick attack. A critical hit. Part of me wants to mess around and, like, hunt for things, but I also kind of want to get this series, like, done before Monster Hunter Wilds comes out, because I kind of want to do that, but I can easily just do both series at the same time. I just know I'm going to be, like, really excited for Wilds and probably stream it for a couple weeks. and nothing but it. Because I'm already really excited for it. They dropped their launch trailer yesterday. And, like... Man, hearing that proof of a hero just always is just like, yeah. Excitement through roof. Like, I was just gonna go for a power bank that had just a lot of charge to it. Because, like, when the power went out here from that hurricane, like, the power was still on at the supermarket my sister works at. So it was like, okay, we don't have power, but we have a few power banks, and, like, you know, we can keep a couple things charged. It didn't help that, like, my phone had basically nothing I could do on it. So, like, I was basically in the camp of, like, I really need, like... I needed a way of keeping my DS charged, honestly. And my Switch, because those are the things I could actually do things on. But, yeah, it also led to me buying charging cables so I can plug into a USB port to charge my DS off of. Because I was bored out of my mind. To the point where I was sorting Magic the Gathering cards. I don't even play that game. We have, like, thousands of those cards, and I was sorting them. That's what I was doing. Built a few decks. They're probably terrible. I still really don't understand how to build a Magic the Gathering deck. Like, at all. I don't get it. Like, not to tangent on that, but, like, my Yu-Gi-Oh brain does not work building Magic. I much prefer Yu-Gi-Oh's archetype system. It's so much nicer than just the color pie. Yeah, it very well can be. "19 Wisps." Oh yeah, Yen Mega. I could use one of those. No, turn back around. No, that's coming this way. I said turn around. Turn. Didn't mean to throw that. What I meant to do was that. So that's not really gonna work out too well. Like, mechanically, Magic makes sense. But, like, deck building for it is... I personally find it difficult, but I'm so used to the Yu-Gi-Oh system where, like... I do this so much, but I don't care. Where did I put that? There it is. Like, with Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, ignore this is a structure deck. But, like... You just grab your cards, and you go, oh, wow, Ultimate Crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. It requires an Ultimate Crystal Monster and 7 Crystal Beasts. You're probably playing it with Crystal Beasts. Like, you know, it's that sort of thing where, like, oh man, Crystal Beast Ruby Carbuncle. Well, that's probably one of the things you play it with. You know, and the effect tells you what you're probably, you know, what you're going to get the best value out of doing with this. So, like, you know, Yu-Gi-Oh! As much as I've seen a few Magic players be like, wow, they just tell you exactly what to put in your deck. It's like, well, yeah, that's not a bad thing, is it? Like, one moment. One of the last sets of cards I was, you know, messing with. Let's see. We got a Sanctuary Cat. The crap do I do with this? It's just a 1-2 for 1. I suppose that's a good rate, I think. But, like, what do you do with that? It's, you know, what does it pair with? And then it'd be like, oh, well, there's probably, like, a white spell that, like, puts a +1/+1 counter on it or something. It's like, okay, but, like, how would I know that? Where, you know, there's nothing to point me in that direction. Like, that's just how a lot of this stuff works. I mean, there are still some of them that, like, they kind of tell you what to pair them with to a degree, because, like, Cleric of the Forward Order, when it enters the battlefield, gain 2 life for each other card with its same name. So, okay, you play 4 of them. That solves that. But would you even want to play it? I don't know. And yeah, like, you know, if you're building a Crystal Beast deck, you need to play Crystal Beasts. But, like, past playing the Crystal Beast core, yep, they have 60 card decks with 4 copies each. Outside of lands, which basic lands you can have an infinite amount of, basically. And then there is special lands that you can only have up to 4 of. Unless it's Commander, in which case you have 1 copy of every card. I should probably swap. Come here, Rhyperior. Outside of basic lands, you can have a bunch, and your deck is 100 cards. It's basically like a Highlander format. Go, Rhyperior. Be agile. You can somehow get 2 moves out of this. It didn't matter, but still. Good job, Rhyperior. You did it. Ooh, Ambipom got a new move. Iron Tail. I could have taught it that. I'm not going to learn it, but... Like, I know the basics of playing Magic. It just comes down to, like, deck building is... It basically just comes down to, like, there's almost nothing to help you in deck building. Like, as a new player to Yu-Gi-Oh!, if you were brand new, you could, say, buy a Crystal Beast structure deck. You're gonna see all the Crystal Beast cards. You'll know from there, okay, I need to get Crystal Beasts. And you can probably build a semi-competent deck just from that. Because you know what you need now. You need Crystal Beasts. But, like... I mean, I know Magic does have some level of structure deck as well, but usually they're more focused. Like, I've seen a lot of Commander structure decks, which would be great if you're trying to play Commander, but that doesn't really help you with regular Magic. Doesn't even really help you learn staples, because Commander plays a lot differently, from what I understand, to standard Magic. So, like... Okay, Ambipom. You got this. Because, like, I will fully admit, anyone getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, there's a lot of generic staples you do kind of need to learn about. But most of the time, you'll either learn about them from either just buying a bunch of booster packs, and you'll probably find 1 or 2 of them, and they, once you play the game a bit, they start looking very obvious things you want to play. Or, you know, sometimes you just buy a structure deck and you'll have it in. Like, that construct that Crystal Beast deck has, I believe, both Ash Blossom and Dimension Shifter. So, like, right there's two generic staples that you kind of want just right in your deck. A lot of people want those staples banned. I am still very torn when it comes to a lot of the generic staples like Ash Blossom. Because it's like, yeah, it really sucks when Ash resolves on you. Like, that sucks so much. But at the same time, think of how degenerate Yu-Gi-Oh! Would be if we had nothing to even remotely stop some of the more competitive decks. Like, everyone wants Dimension Shifter banned, but without it, Tearlaments would probably come back into meta relevance, even with all of their cards as banned as they are, just simply because they would be strong enough without Dimension Shifter around to still be a threat. And nobody wants Tearlaments coming back. Except maybe the people who played Tearlaments, but I don't even think they particularly want the deck coming back at this point. Like, honestly, I think the only staple cards I really don't like in Yu-Gi-Oh! Are things like the Molcharmies and Max C. The cards that basically say, yeah, you don't get to play the game now because I had this. You know. Like, playing on Master Duel makes you absolutely hate and fully understand why Max C is banned. You know, when you're just trying to play goofy little Sue ships and your opponent drops Max C on you activating, you know, like Shari Red, and it's like, ah, so you're about to draw 2 cards for me making a, let's be honest, not great Xyz monster. Good. Like, that's fair. That's totally fair. And if you're not making the one that gives you at least the battle phase negate for your opponent, then you're just screwed. You've lost. Just surrender, move on. You know. Even with that, it's a battle phase negate, so it's not terribly great. I love Sue ships though, but they're very much a deck that really struggles under Max C. Because they do so much summoning to do so little. They're a fun deck, but yeah. And yet Magic would be easier if they were to adopt more of a, maybe not directly archetype system, but something close. The electrode known as the Lord of the Hollow is somewhat different from the electrode I recall. But its electrical discharges, at least, are familiar. One false step around it could put you in danger. If you're going to face it, you might consider catching a Pokemon that can withstand electricity. Might be difficult. It must be difficult being a Pokemon, don't you think? Especially one as irritable as Electrode. Then becoming frenzied to boot. So true. It's a tough old life for Pokemon and humans alike. Hey, Melee. Well, Warden Ningo of the Pro Clan. And oh my, the Galaxy Team grunt from before. Yeah, like, the main problem with Max C is that at a minimum, like, let's use that Sue ship example. You activate Shari Red in the hand, reveal your Shari, and then you special summon twice just off of that effect. So your opponent dropping Max C gets to Pot of Greed on your turn. And yet, everyone would freak out if Pot of Greed got brought back. It would require it to go back to your opponent's turn before they can draw 2. This is just them drawing 2 off of you summoning, and also, if you summon any more, they get to now graceful without a downside. You know. Your plow going by outside. I guess the snow must already be starting. Or they're just preemptively salting. You're punching well above your weight to seek out Great Electrode, Lord of the Hollow. But, by sheer tenderness of my heart, I'll grant you a trial to see if you're worthy. The greatest obstacle you'll face awaits you right here. Battle me if you dare. Yeah, maybe another time, my man. Yeah, gimmick poets are cool. Well then, let me tell the great Melee's take on the whole situation. The frenzy of our nobles is nothing other than a mark of Almighty Sinnoh's favor and protection. Why? Because it makes them stronger. Do I really need to spell out that's a good thing? We must let my lord's frenzy as it may, to demonstrate to Almighty Sinnoh that the Diamond Clan lives as it's right and good. I mean, not really. Like, I can see the argument, because, like, Pot of Greed is just that good. But Pot of Greed doesn't tell your opponent you can't play the game. Admittedly, it is something you can play going first to boost your own plays. But, like, to be fair, so is Max C against some decks. If your opponent's playing like Kashtiras, you can Max C them on your own first turn and draw cards as they're summoning things out on your turn. You know, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Has very much advanced past my turn? No, our turn. Like, this might even be, dare I say it, the very reason I'm here on this earth. What business is it of Galaxy teams, anyway, if Electrode lets loose a few sparks out here in the mountains? Really, you should do us all a favor and slink back home to that village of yours, rather than persist in this folly. And with that, bon voyage. What a selfish outlook. These frenzies cause the Pokemon themselves such suffering. Yeah, like... Oh, press on. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has gotten to such a ludicrous state. To meet Sneasler, we must pass through here, Wayward Cave. We find Pokemon like Golbat and their ilk, which are quite at home navigating in the dark. It's quite dim inside, so you need to watch your step. And, like, the Molcharmies I'm less annoyed with than Max C itself, but they're all just too much advantage. Torches light the way through the cave are gone. Could this be Melee attempting to obstruct us? Either way, there's no need to concern. I know this route and I'll conduct us safely. No darkness nor foul weather will delay us. Onward we roll! Recall faintly a partner once. Precious one. Yeah, he wore the opposite color to you? You both drove trains? Its name escapes me. I remember that wielded flames with mastery. Oh, you mean your Pokemon. If only we're here. I'm sure it would light the way, luring us onward. Please forgive the unscheduled stop. I detect an Alpha Crobat to our right. Under normal circumstances, I doubt its presence would obstruct someone as competent as you. But given the poor visibility, I propose a track change in the interest of safety. I mean, I could take it on, my man. I have a Rhyperior. He's remembering his time on the battle subway. Fine progress. We're nearly home free. Could those be the torches? We put back these torches where they belong. This darkness could be perilous for the next person to pass through here. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Beg your pardon for the delay. I have lit and returned all the torches. My safety concerns have been addressed. Ready for departure. Yeah, I want to explore this cave though, my man. There's iron in here, and I need iron. I mean, they in a way kind of rebooted things with Speed Duels, Rush Duels. I forget which of those is the one that actually kept going. But it's never left Japan. And it's like, please, Konami, bring it over here. The one that's still running has never left Japan. And it's like, please. I want this. Everybody wants this. You don't want a berry? Really? Man, you're really not living up to your heritage there, Gibble. Now, can you live an agile quick attack? Yes! No, not the Twister Zone. What am I gonna do now? I got Ambipom in the Twister Zone. Though, I also partially just want that style of Yu-Gi-Oh! Purely because there's an archetype of chairs. I want to beat my opponent with a chair. That's what I want to do. I know they've become part of Duel Links, but... yeah, like, I love Su-Ships just because of how silly they are in, like, regular Yu-Gi-Oh! Because, like, if you've never played Su-Ships or played against them, it's effectively, welcome to the restaurant. Like... like, thing. Oh, it's an unknown. I'm understanding what that is now. It just took me a second. Hey, buddy. So, like, basically, Su-Ships themselves have, the sharis, which are the base sushi. Like, they're the rice. And then there is 3 toppings that can go on these rice, this rice base, which make the Xyz monsters. So you mix the rice with the topping, and then you make the sushi boat. And there is quite literally a card that... it's basically, I think it's called Today's Menu, or something like that, where it is quite literally, your opponent chooses a topping to give you, that you then make their sushi from. Like, you give them what they order. Like... and every time that, every time you activate this card, you put a counter on it, which is basically the bill. Like... if they destroy the menu, they owe you 500 life points for every counter that was on the that was on the menu. Like, it's such a flavorful archetype, which I love that. The only thing I don't exactly like about them is how reliant they are on having a Shari of... It doesn't need to be Shari Red, which is the one with an effect, but either of them, they need one. And you wouldn't think having 6 cards in your deck that you need would be terribly difficult to have at least one of most of the time. The amount of times I have absolutely bricked is kind of absurd. Oh, hey, it's the Crobat. Man, you wanna, like, turn around? You wanna turn around? Thank you. Too far away. I could just fight it. I have Rhyperior. Really not worried about a Crobat. Yeah, let's just fight it. Bring it on, Crobat! Yeah, you get filled with Wild Might. Rhyperior laughs at your Wild Might. Though Rhyperior is also very slow. Like, very slow. I have no way of healing this thing enough to actually survive another onslaught like that, but it's about to Agile again. So where I'm not gonna survive it anyway, let's just see if I can one-hit KO it. Nope. The Rhyperior was gonna go down anyway, so... But that's what Goodra's for. She's all drippy. Yeah, it's just shelter. You can use, Painful Choice to... I think it's Painful Choice. Might not be. There's a normal monster support card you can use to search out the either Shari or Shari Red, because you basically just banish a monster to then search the same monster. Well, not banish it. You send it to the graveyard, I think it is. And you can search Shari Red because, while its name isn't always treated as Shari, it's treated as it while it's in the deck. So you can play both at 3, but its name is effectively always Shari. I think that's how it works. I know you can play 3 of each. But, like, they're all Fire Aquas. Which basically means there's no searchers. There's just no searching. Basically. I'm about to get hit with some mud. I kind of want to at some point do a stream on like Master Duel or something, just to play around with a few of the silly decks I've built up. I'm currently attempting to build up Sky Strikers, because I mean, why not at this point? Okay. There's a lot of damage. So, I already know a lot of people would probably very much dislike one of my builds of Su-ships. And it's namely, the reason behind the build is more as an answer to some of the decks that just kind of dominate Master Duel. Like, when I built this version of the deck, which is very floodgatey, which is why people would not like it. U-Bell was everywhere. So, I have, like, the Super Ancient Prison. That continuous trap that basically just shuts off all level 5 or higher monsters' effects, and they can't attack. Which is pretty much a hard counter to U-Bell. That's because U-Bell is obnoxious to fight, and they deserve that kind of pain. They basically floodgate their opponent with their own monsters. They have no right to complain. You know. I hate U-Bell. Love her design, hate that deck so much. I do also have, like, a going second, you know, OTK style Su-ships, because they can do that too. Like, the rank 5 Su-ship is a quick effect permanent negate of anything as long as it's your main phase or your opponent's battle phase. Professor Laventon told me how you fell to this land from the sky. For my part, I simply found myself one day here in Hisui, a region whose name I'd never heard. All I could remember was my own name. I was still standing there in bafflement when the Pearl Clan came to my aid. I showed a natural affinity for taming Pokemon, which is why I eventually became a warden. Still, I wonder what my true purpose is here. To invent trains. But now I've sidetracked us. This talk, let's hurry onward. I am very highly considering it. I was also considering doing a Master Duel Masochist series. Just to see how I do at it. Because I feel like I'm decent with jank. But, like, as time has gone on and more things keep releasing into Master Duel, I'm hitting the point more and more where I'm like, maybe that's not such a good idea. Because, like, the power level of stuff is going way up. And while the majority of players aren't very good at piloting the newer decks, they're still a threat. Like, I'm not sure a pile of jank could beat Fiendsmith. You know, even just pure Fiendsmith. And that's without people doing Fiendsmith Snake Eyes. Ugh. Sneezing. Ugh. My body already knows one of the next Pokemon I want to get. It has Sneeze in the name. I really like Sneasler. Like, Weavile's nice, but I like Sneasler more. Oh, this was a bad idea. I need to switch. Whoops. Well, I have Fire Punch. No, a Fire Punch is not going to one-hit KO it. Yeah, it's so easy to fall into the trap of just building a bunch of decks and never actually having a completed deck. I will say, if I do a Masochist run, it'll probably actually be just playing it from the Switch. Just because it's so much easier to make a new account on the Switch than it is on PC. And if you don't know what a Master Duel Masochist run would be, you basically start a fresh account, and you buy 5 to 10 Master Packs. It really depends on how extreme you're being. And those are the cards you have to use. You use none of the other free stuff you get. And you get one more Master Pack every time you win a duel. As well as you get the legacy tickets, but... Well, I was gonna say, but the legacy packs have nothing in them, but no, they have Mimicking Maneater Bug, which is like one of the best Masochist cards you can get. Honestly, if the game was a bit slower, Mimicking Maneater Bug would be kinda ridiculous. Like, if you've never seen that card before, which I wouldn't be able to blame anybody for never having heard of Mimicking Maneater Bug before, it's basically a mix of Marshmallow and Maneater Bug, where it can't be destroyed by battle. It destroys a monster when it's flipped face up, like Maneater Bug. It also, on top of those effects, takes the attack of the monster it destroys and can also then become the type of the monster it destroys, which if it does that, it then becomes immune to card effects from that type. Like, Mimicking is a pretty strong flip monster that if the game was a bit slower, would probably see a fair bit of play, but the game's just not. It would be removed before the battle phase. Ooh, I was kind of thinking that would fail. Sorry, Amber Bomb. There's a few really good cards for a Masochist run to, like, luck into getting early. Obviously, any of, like, the good generic counter traps. Like, if you could get a Solemn Judgment, that would be, like, godly. Yeah. And, like, for a Masochist run, though, that's still a pretty decent card. And, like, in the lower levels of the ladder, it's definitely still good as well, because, like, most people aren't running a lot of monster removal that isn't punch face. Like, a Blue Eyes deck is gonna try to punch you in the face. They're not gonna try to banish your thing. They want to punch you. If they banish your thing, they can't punch it. It's just you're not going to see a Blue Eyes deck later in the ladder. Well, I mean, you might. But if you do, they're probably just playing it for fun, and they're content at the rank they're at. Like, and, like, it also comes down to the player behind the Masochist deck as to how effective their deck will ultimately be. Like, Hardlight Gaming's been doing a Masochist run, where he could almost certainly have a stronger deck if he would just sit on Floodgates, because he's got a fair few of them. But understandably, he doesn't like just sitting on Floodgates. I don't think anybody really likes doing that. So he's been trying to build decks that don't just sit on Floodgates all day, every day, and, you know, actually make his series interesting. I'm a bit of a jerk. I would just sit on floodgates. You know, floodgates are how most of my decks I've built compete. You know, I don't like I have to do it, but I'm gonna do it. Though I gotta say, as much as I agree floodgates are toxic, I do find that really, like... I do find that mentality kind of funny, where it's like, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players will complain up and down all day long about floodgates. Yet, it's basically everybody's ideal deck is one that gets to go first, combo off for like 15-20 minutes, build a board of so many negates your opponent doesn't get to play the game. Well, that's just floodgating, only it's taking a huge amount more time. Like, all of us want a floodgate. It's all we do. It's just the trap cards that do it, you just flip. And your opponent knows whether they can win or lose now. There's no hope. You know, they either have or don't have hope. With, you know, building the board of negates, they have that hope. They might be able to play, and then they realize they can't. And that, honestly, to me, sucks so much more. I'd rather just know I've lost than be given that hope. But see, the argument there is MST. Ta-da, the negate's gone. Like, the floodgate's gone. And you know if you've got it. And usually a deck that's floodgating you, well, they're probably floodgating themselves too. You know. So it's like, sure, you could in theory interrupt and interact with that combo player, but most combo decks these days are going to just keep comboing. I mean, it's more of an interesting thing, and it's once again a clip from Hard Leg. I watch a lot of Hard Leg. This was from a few years ago, where he was playing Adamantimators. Actually, he was technically playing Fossils. It was for his Fossil ladder climb. But he was basically playing Adamantimators, because that's just what you do to make fossils work. And his opponent Nibiru'd him as his opponent's 5th summon on his own, you know, as his 5th summon on, you know, his opponent had summoned 5 times at that point on Hardleg's own turn, leading to Hardleg being able to Nibiru the Nibiru on his own turn. Like, combo decks just keep freaking going. And, like, because this was full power Adamantimators, Hardleg just kept going too. Like, there's no point in this. Like, it's... You can interact with a combo deck, but a strong combo deck just keeps going. They don't care. Which is kind of also a funny thing. I've been seeing this a lot because I've been watching via Simo, his collabs with CGB, who's a Magic the Gathering YouTuber. I started watching a bit of CGB's stuff just to, like, try to understand Magic a bit better. And I'm very much realizing that Magic has turned into Yu-Gi-Oh! In, like, the worst ways. Like, they have a lot of, like, 2-turn games. But, like, they have set rotation. This shouldn't be happening. So it's like, what is going on? Like, their format has power creeped faster than Yu-Gi-Oh! Does. And I don't get it. It's like, set rotation was supposed to prevent that, wasn't it? Like, That's what Magic players have been saying for years now. As a, dig at Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like, oh, well, we have set rotation, so power creep never gets that bad. And it's like, well, clearly it has. Which, like, I do get why that happens. And it basically just comes down to, like, effectively, when the older sets are still in the rotation, you need to give people a reason to buy the newer sets that are coming into rotation. So those cards need to be stronger than the cards that came out before them. So just use Yu-Gi-Oh numbers so this makes more sense for, I imagine, anyone watching me, because Magic's confusing. Let's imagine you have a monster in one set that's has a really good effect, but 1,000 attack. And then 2 sets later, while that monster is still in rotation, they want to do that effect again, but better. Well, how do you do that? Well, you take that same effect, and you give it 2,000 attack this time. So now it's better, because it has more attack. That gives people a reason to buy that newer card, but now you've literally just, in a way, doubled the power of that effect. Or at least doubled the power attached to that effect. And, like, that's what a lot of Magic's been doing. Like, I remember from playing a PC game, Magic the Gathering Chandelar, that a 1/1 for 1 was a generic, no-effect, 1-cost creature. Back in the day. Well, you remember, right here-ish somewhere. There it is. Well, here's a 1/2 for 1. This is better than that 1/1 for 1, because this can kill that 1/1 and not die. And it's the same cost. It has no effect, but it's the same cost. Like, which tells you that there was probably a 1/1 for 1 in a previous set. And then I've seen 1/3s for 1. I've seen 2/1s for 1. Because basically, to give a basic mechanic explanation, life on a creature, so like in that case it's 1 power, 2 toughness. The toughness / life is how much damage they can take before they die. That is recovered at the end of battle. Well, at the end of the turn, I think it is. So, if you have a creature with 2 toughness, and something with 1 power is attacking, you block with that 2 toughness creature, your creature survives. And their creature dies if it only has 1 life or 1 toughness. You can also use a similar thing to be like, if you're attacking that 1/2, you have a card that can deal 1 damage to something. You can then, during the battle step, activate your thing to deal the 1 damage to lower its life down to 1, and then you're trading. Technically at that point you're probably going 2 for 1, which is not a good deal, but, examples. But, like, outside of, like, tier elements, even recent Yu-Gi-Oh!, as much as I'm giving it crap, isn't that much more powerful than the older stuff. It's just, it's that much more powerful than the older, janky stuff. It's the big idea, putting back all the torches I spent ages tidying away. Do you get some sort of amusement stomping around and ruining people's noble deeds? Oh, rendering a cave impassable to people who venture inside hardly seems noble to me. Well, just goes to show that even we wardens don't always see eye to eye. I extinguish those lights for the sake of the Pokemon in that cave who prefer the dark. But now you allow to put my efforts to waste. If you think I'll just let you saunter ahead to meet Lord Electrode, you're sorely mistaken. The way you're getting past me is if you defeat my partner Pokemon. Yeah, I'll beat him up. Go, Skuntank. Show these louts the true meaning of silent but deadly. You gonna fart some fire at me? Man, I kinda wish I just had U-turn. Let's see. What is he likely to use against Apom? Oh, Ambipom. Probably some poison move. That's for sure. I could predict that. Because now it should take the initiative here. No, next. Okay. Well. That's fine. Go, Goodra! It just barely survived. Rude. Get Thunder Punched. I love Snail Goodra. I mean, I already loved Goodra. I really like Snail Goodra more. Listen here, neither I nor Skuntank admit defeat just yet. Our challenge to you still stands. However, I will withdraw to afford Skuntank time to recover. There's no shame in a tactical retreat. It's more of an advance, if you think about it. Keep your guard up, we'll be back. Okay. A lively character. Cannot fathom Warden Melee's intentions, but for now, let's press on. His intention is to be a jerk. That's his intention. He gets off on it. Bronzors. God, I will always find it funny playing a competitive match running a Bronzong and naming it Heatproof or Levitate, and then having the opposite ability. Because so many people will be like, oh, this person's an idiot. They had to name them to keep them separate. And then they'll use, like, Earthquake on, you know, Heatproof. And then it's like, wait, what? It's Levitate? It's like, yeah. It's the ancient quarry. Stones used to build this temple atop this mountain were all cut in this place. Whether by humans and Pokemon working as one, or by labor of Pokemon alone, I cannot say. Stones that are left behind should serve to cover us from the gaze of the wild Pokemon. Ah, there you are, Ingo. Volo, was it? What's the matter, sir? I wanted to ask about that memory loss of yours. Have you considered that it could have somehow been caused by the space-time rift? I have no cause to think the rift is to blame, but then again, I hardly remember a thing, so it's difficult to say with certainty. Can't remember my home, nor my family, if I had any. So you might do better to pose your questions to Dawn. I think if it's to do with the rift. Indeed. Well, I do hope your memories return, Warden Ingo. How about you then, Dawn? Do you remember what you saw before you fell out of that rift? Was there anything inside? There's maybe something. Interesting. You see, personally, I suspect that whatever is on the other side of that rift is causing the strange lightning that plagues us. Yeah, that makes sense. Or it could be you. Indeed, I did some digging and found records indicating that some space-time rift also appeared in Hisui in the distant past. That's why we've already had a name for it as it appeared, in fact. Now, what kind of world do you suppose stretches out on the other side of that rift? My guess is Almighty Sinnoh's realm. But then that begs the question, why has the space-time rift reopened when it closed once so long ago? And why would Dawn have fallen through to us? There's just so much we don't know. I fervently hope you unravel this mystery, Volo. I'm sure it would ease people's fears over the frenzies of our nobles. And while you investigate, sir, I'll continue to prioritize the safety of people living in this world. Oh, I am a mere admirer of ruins and little more. If something needs investigating, then I would entrust the task to Dawn. Until next time, then. I've legitimately seen people just quit upon messing up that, like, earthquaking, heat-proof, and it's like, wait, but, and then they just quit. It's like, really? I have in the past also doubly trolled with that, of having a, it was a Bronzong named Heatproof that had Levitate, and because I couldn't decide on an item to give it anyway, I gave it an air balloon, just to add to the trolliness, because the air balloon is Levitate. So they popped the air balloon, and then went for the very ill-guided earthquake, and, Levitate. That was another moment they just quit. Like, I kind of love trolling like that. Because I was going for a more offensive Bronzong just to see what I could do with that. And, like, I didn't want to give it a choice item, so I was like, what could I give this thing that would annoy people? Like, I could have went, like, leftovers, and that probably would have been the better option. But the air balloon was funnier. And that's what mattered. The air balloon was funny. Because, like, when you make a mistake like that, it's it can be disheartening at the time. I personally would find it funny to make that kind of mistake, but not everybody does. So, I do get it, but, Hey, an Ursaring. I could just fight this thing. I don't need the XP, but it's fine. Yeah, I actually find it kind of funny with Master Duel of how I'm building Sky Strikers, when for the longest time, I was not a fan of Sky Strikers, but that's just because they never went away. Like, I can't be the only one that had that kind of feeling towards Sky Striker. And it was purely just because the deck just refused to die. It was just always there. Every meta, somewhat, the Sky Striker's there, and it's taking up top slots, and, like, they'll ban cards from it, or heavily limit them, and it's still right there. Like... But these days, Sky Striker isn't anywhere near as strong as it used to be, even though it's back at full power. So, I'm more okay with it. Nice Skyrim my way up this. Nah, I think I need Sneasler. Wait. I might be able to use, like, right here. Nah. Okay. That is a smaller string. Which also, I will say, for anyone who's watching this who might play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel and hasn't played for a while, one, there's a new solo mode for Sky Striker, which is really cool. It's a whole, like, little anime episode, basically. And also, they have a new returner and rookie thing going on, where you can get a basically a branded core. You get the core of like a branded deck for either entering somebody's code or having a new or returning player enter your code if you've been playing recently. I don't know if it's a good amount of the core, but it's basically the core of the deck, so... I've never really done much with branded, so I don't properly know. I know they get mixed in a lot of stuff. So it's a nice thing to have. And if anyone hasn't played for a while and would like a code, I'll take free stuff. Hey, guild member. Ah, you're part of the Galaxy team. I've been waiting. Came here since I heard you were planning to set up a camp. But it seems not much progress has been made since that Bronzor is getting in the way. It's not belligerent, but it seems like it wants something, so we can't just ignore it either. So please, you think you can find out what Bronzor wants? I mean, I can try. I can grab this bean. Want a bean? There's a bean. I want a bean. Is there something over that way? Ah, there's another Bronzor. And a gold duck. Yeah, I'd say if you want, because it's if you haven't played for like 30 days, you can enter the code. I can send you my code on Discord. Just entering it gets you the branded core of stuff. Hello, Psyduck. Psyduck just faded from existence. Saw Bronzor go flying off this direction all of a sudden. What in the? That Bronzor, it's wounded. It's no good. Here, I'll fix that right up. Well, that should do it. Bronzor should be fit as a fiddle now. Seems the Bronzor at the new campsite was looking for its friend the whole time. Glad you looked into it, otherwise we may have been too late to treat this Bronzor. This land is dangerous, even for the Pokemon that call it their home. May be wise to be extra prepared as you explore the area. Be sure to keep a fine lineup of wares stocked for you. Please buy any that you need. Yeah, I've not looked too much into them. But, like, I've always heard them, like, mixed with various things, so... Like, funnily enough, I remember hearing of, like, a tier limit branded build, a, Fire Brigade branded, what's that other... what archetype is Ecclesia from? I only know Ecclesia. Why can I not think of the name of that archetype? Either way, there's a lot of variants that I've heard of. It's like, it doesn't sound like a bad core of cards to have. Just from, like, that standpoint. You know, I can just buy potions. I have money. I should probably start getting hyper potions. That might be a good idea. Let's just buy 80 super potions. That way I can pop in here and let's just make 60 hyper potions. I think I even remember at one point someone doing frickin' branded Sky Strikers, which I really don't understand people mixing archetypes that want monsters in the main monster zone with Sky Striker that gets turned off the moment you do that. It's like, ah yes, brilliant plan. Let's shut off half of my deck. You know. Probably. So I think they're basically a lot of the time used as, like, basically starters for a lot of other things, so. And I know lately gimmick puppets have actually got a good amount of support. They're just still stupidly expensive to build on Master Duel, so I've not built them on there. I remember people freaking out over, I think it's a new field spell the gimmick puppets got, that lets you, as not a quick effect, this has to be done on your turn, special summon a gimmick puppet to your opponent's side of the field. And there were so many people that were like, oh no, people are going to use this to summon, I think it's Nightmare, the one that locks you into only summoning gimmick puppets for the turn. It's like, yeah, I don't think that's a big problem, guys. I'm going to be honest. I don't think that's going to make a difference. Call me crazy, but I don't think giving your opponent free material is going to be a good thing to do. Because that's all it would be. Ooh, distortion's forming. Where is the distortion forming? Way over there. I don't think I can get over there. No, I don't think I can. I might be able to very soon, though, so. Hey, Ingo. Never expect to be able to climb such sheer cliffs as these, yes? But with Sneasler as an ally, it becomes the work of a moment. She is so at home in the cliff face, one might think she knew some secret, some hidden move. What am I saying? Hidden moves. There's no such thing in Hisui, surely. Gimmick puppets have actually become kind of meta. They're like a rogue contender last I was looking into the TCG. And I feel as though I was on the cusp of remembering something just now. Who was I before I came to Hisui? A train conductor. Fell from the sky. You came from another world altogether, most likely. Perhaps a Pokemon battle with you would jog this memory loose. You arm me with a battle? Sure. Because, like, Gimmick Puppet's got a good amount of new support that makes them pretty decent. They don't exactly do their old game plan anymore, but that's probably the best. I mean, they still make rank 8s, but, like, they don't just basically strings, dark strings, then die. They have a way of searching a rank up magic now, which is a miracle. That's something that, like, they needed desperately. It would be better if they had just gotten their own rank up magic, but being able to search one is good enough. Tangela. Or Tangela. It's been pronounced both ways. Gliscor. The buff Zubat. Okay. Agile quick. Get some damage. And let's regular roost. Get my health back. It's basically a bunch of support based on the guy who played them. Wait, isn't Mud Bomb a ground move? How? I roosted. How did it hit me? I'm flying. I roosted, brain. That's how it hit us. The buff Zubat was no match for Staraptor. Bravo! Excellent. I mean, I'm pretty sure you don't run them pure these days, but like, they're definitely a lot more capable. It has brought you the distinction called victory. Now, allow me to call Sneasler. Let me introduce you, Don. His King Claude Pokemon is Sneasler. Be so kind as to play your flute for her to hear. I think she mocked my playing, but okay. Get the Toxic Plate. A stone imbued with the essence of poison. I'm afraid this is my final stop. Please proceed up the cliffs with Sneasler's aid and quell the Lord of the Mountains. I'll return to Jubilife Village. Please convey my well wishes to Warden Melee. Now then, all aboard! Yes, we may now call for Sneasler, while we sit in a little box. Now, most of the game world has opened to us. There are still some parts of it we can't get to, because they do basically require flying. I want to get to the space-time rift. I could have gotten here before that, but oh well. Chimecho! Or Chimecho. It's also been called that. There's so many Pokemon where it's like, oh man, that's clearly its name. And then like, no. Oh, it broke free. Well, I'll have to try to catch it another time. So I want this rift. I don't even know if I have the inventory space for a rift. I kinda don't. Okay, well, let's toss the mud balls. I don't need mud balls. I am not mud ball man. Don't really need that. Or this. Don't need hardy grains. Don't really need the honey. Let's make a super potion. Let's make 5 potions. That clears up a bit more space. Alright. Oh, there's a Steelix here. Really need to start, like, making Ultra Balls. Whoops. It's just so much more convenient making Great Balls. And I mean, they're great balls. Who wouldn't want a great ball? Come on now. I think I'm actually going to keep Ambipom as my lead in here, just in case I need to battle something. Because I think it's my fastest Mon. Yeah, not by much, but it is my fastest. Hyper Potion Staraptor. But yeah, I'd say, like, look into, like, what people are doing in the TCG with gimmick puppets. It'll probably work for Master Duel. I needed a Duskstone, didn't I? What did I need a Duskstone for? Don't remember. Right, it was, Murkrow. Oop. New move on Ambipom. Double Edge. No, thank you. There we go. There's a space-time rift. Just here for items, guys. I don't want to fight. Hey, link cable. My boy! It's like my favorite fossil Pokemon. Fire Punch won't hit. There's no way. Yeah! Definitely not a great Pokemon for a solo run, but like first single player, but it's still my favorite fossil. I still very much want to now use it. Going to be resisted, but an agile quick attack and a regular quick attack should put it decently low. Yep, below half. You would think with how much I love Gen 3 that I would prefer Gen 3's fossils, but I kind of don't. Gen 3 is pure nostalgia, like... Jeez, calm down, Magmar. More stuff. Hey guys, you trying to protect that shard. At least I got the star piece. Okay, let's see if there's anything up here. Yes, glad I checked. Just a nugget, but... Still glad I checked. Oh yeah, Jolteon. Any other fossils gonna spawn? Any other Fossilmons? It's not really looking like it. Probably spawned up the mountain. Or in a rock. That's also a possibility. Okay. I'm pretty content with that. Got a link cable, which is always nice. Gives me a way of evolving 2 trade evolutions now. Man, I really need to get Ambipom a way of dealing with rock types. I don't think it can learn a way of dealing with rock types. Okay, I should probably go grab some coffee, because I did just drink the last of my coffee. So, I shall be back in a couple of minutes. Alrighty. Coffee has been acquired. And yeah, the storm is starting, so. Kinda hopeful I won't lose power or anything, but if I do, I do. I mean, I've basically gotten to like 6 AM tomorrow to record, so I could do a night episode. So it's not gonna bother me too much to do that. Let's use these XP crystals just to get them out of my inventory. Gravel. Let's see. This will finish off Rhyperior's special defense. You know, I'm gonna hang on to the last Grit Dust, just so I know I've got a spot for Grit Dust. Yes, there they are. Don't know who I'll be replacing for Sneasel, but it's gonna happen. It's actually an alpha Sneasel around here somewhere I kind of want to get as my one for my team. I missed. This isn't exactly an ideal matchup, but... Eh. You want to keep an eye on my time. I think around 3 my time is when I'll probably end things off. I got a bot. Yeah, how about I just remove you instead of removing the space? And there we go. Really have to wonder if anyone actually falls. Well, people have to fall for it or else they wouldn't do it. But, like, how do you fall for that? I mean, okay, I suppose. I get it. A lot of those bots of 5 viewers is probably, like, their primary demographic of people that probably do it is either people who've been at this a very long time, have not seen any growth in any meaningful way, and, like, feel like they deserve the extra growth. And then also people that are just so full of themselves that they're like, oh, well, obviously, I'll just buy this once, and then, you know, I'll get, you know, the viewers will come because I have a lot more viewers to start with now, and it's like, yeah, not really. Namely down to people that full of themselves are probably not the most entertaining to watch, so... Magikarps! Magical carps. They've got to be good. It's right in their name. They're magical. See, that one was just swimming sideways. They're truly magical creatures. didn't mean to throw that again, but... I mean, I wanted to throw it, I just didn't mean to throw it right then. I was gonna try and throw a berry to get it to come closer. Yeah, that's right. Just got defeated by quick attack. I now have hiccups. Those are never fun. Hey, Gaslight. Ah, jeez. Making hiccups. Hey, Jeremy! I've needed one of these for a very, very long time now. And that has, like, no levels, so... I've probably been able to catch these earlier, but... just didn't find any before now. Technically I need a Cherum, but Cherum's its evolution, so... HP. Crunchy salt. You know, I don't think I would want non-crunchy salt. Like, can you imagine that? Squishy salt? Yeah, that would... No. No, nobody wants that. If your salt ain't crunchy, it's... I don't think you can call that salt anymore. Like, nobody wants squidgy salt. Like, nobody wants that. Oh no, that poor golem. We should go beat it up to save it from the rain. Oh, that would be awful. I mean, like, technically you can make that happen if you were to, like, dissolve salt in, like, syrup or something. But I don't know why you would ever want to do that. That just sounds awful. Okay, let's drain punch it, because it might live that. Okay, it did live that. It could probably live another one. Okay, it can't. It's gonna KO itself, isn't it? Okay, it's... This'll put me to the HP where I'll probably survive. I mean, I can't imagine it would taste awful, but, like... You'd really want something to actually do with it. Because, like, salted caramel is a thing. But, like... Mountain wood. It just doesn't sound ideal. Why did I use Ambipom for that? You know what, Ambipom? You're gonna stay in. You're gonna fight this. I believe in you. I believe in you, Ambipom. It's like 50% increased damage on a Shadow Claw. It already did a lot to itself, and it lived. But hey, you get 2 attacks, so... yeah. Shadow Claw. You know, I think I'll probably just replace Ambipom with Sneasel. Because I think I'm basically done Ambipom at this point. Maybe. I need to find it in here. Hello, Macaroni. Where is Ambipom? Okay, now I'm at 6. Okay. Oh, I need it to be using Iron Tail. And strong style moves. Why strong style? It's Ambipom. Okay. Whatever. Oh, completing Magikarp is going to take forever. But okay, if I need to see Iron Tail anyway. Let's see. I hate that I'm doing this, but... hey, it gives Ambipom something to use against Grappler's. Just gotta look on the bright side. You know, if Iron Tail was 120 power, 90 accuracy, I think it would actually see use. You know, 100 power for 75, I mean, it does see use, but, like, no one likes using it. It's the same with Stone Edge. You use it because it's kinda the best, but you don't like using it. You'd really rather a move that's actually going to hit things. At the very least, I would. I mean, Stone Edge is called Stone Mist by the competitive community for a reason. But, like, just given how close Ironhead and Irontail are, and how most Pokemon that learn one will probably learn the other too, like, you'd rather just go Ironhead. It's more guaranteed damage, and it's not that much weaker. Case in point. That should be a dead Graveler. Can I? Okay, I can on one. Why low accuracy? If the accuracy isn't 100, it's 0. That is just how it works. Wait, I need to Hopo Berry. I also need to clean up my inventory at some point, so I can actually have things where they belong. Ambipom, please. The thing is, like, I've experienced this playing more competitively, and that's why I don't much care for Irontail. Like... And, like, the consensus I've generally had from talking with a few other people on, like, Pokemon Showdown is also the same of, like, if Irontail was just 100 accuracy, there's no reason why it can't be. Like... Like, it already has the downside of 5 PP, meaning 8 PP maximum. Like, it really doesn't need the downside of that low accuracy as well, where it has nothing else on top of just simply being 100 power. Like, Stone Edge at least has the enhanced critical hit chance. But, like, Irontail's got nothing. It's just kind of bad. It doesn't help that, like, steel moves don't really give you a huge amount of extra coverage. Not compared to, like, a fighting move, you know, or even a ghost type move. Like, they give better coverage. Especially for a normal type. At least it doesn't need to be agile moves. It's like dealing with that 75 accuracy while being only an 80 power move. That would suck so much. But okay, I'm probably now done with Ambipom, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. One more Irontail and I'll have it. I've got one more in it, so... That misses though. That might miss. The fact I need it to not miss means it'll miss. So, let's use the berry. I do find it funny how the game's like, oh, you need Sneasler to get up here. You kind of don't, though. You're kind of good. Oh, we got Bronzongs here. Want a berry? Now you don't eat berries? No? No? Okay. Well, I need to Iron Tail you anyway. I was just trying to hit you in the back. Ow. This might finish it off. Yeah. Okay. Now that should be Ambipom finished. 7, 8, 9. Yeah. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Oh, that camp is so far away. Why is it gotta be so far away? It's so close to the other camp. There's not much point to this. But okay. Let's see. What do I have for Sneasels? Kind of want to see if I can get a better nature. I've only got the 2 of them, so I need a Cherum. So I could work on leveling that up. I mean, I've also just simply got stones. I could throw Shieldon in here for now. Those defenses. This has to be... No. Wait, no. Yeah, Shieldon just has more defense than... That nature though. Wait, hold on. Could I do something funny with this? Well, I mean, the speed up doesn't matter, but... Like... I'm fairly confident that attack down really does not matter. Nah, it really doesn't. 52 base attack to 47 base special attack. Yeah, that really doesn't matter. But does it... It can get Steel Beam. I don't know if I'd want... Okay, it can get Flash Cannon. I could do a special attacking Bastiodon. It would not do anything. Like... And like that speed up for extra, why that wouldn't matter. Base speed of 30. That speed up doesn't matter. Work on Yen Mega while I work on getting a better, Actually, what I could do... I can evolve the Hunch Crow. Well, the Murkrow into a Hunch Crow. I think a neutral nature one's my best bet. Could also get an Alakazam. That is also something I could do. Could also work on Vespiquen. I do really like Vespiquen. You know what? Yeah. And she's right on level with everything else, basically. A little higher, but... Wait, what is your nature, anyway? Not ideal, but fine. Vespiquen's not fast. You think that big booty can go fast? It really can't. Okay. King's Leaf away, the Bugwort away, the Springy Mushrooms, the XP Candy. So much stuff to put away. That's better. Now I could probably use a rest. Honestly, I think Slowpoke is faster than Bastiodon. Now I'm curious. I need to see. Nope, Slowpoke is 15. Same speed as Slowbro, though. And Slowking. I'm still sad that Mega Slowbro didn't gain any speed, because that would be funny. Because he becomes a spinning top, and those go pretty fast. So it would have made sense. But nah. They gotta freaking just give him a lot of defense. Which I mean, I didn't mind. But... okay. Or anything else. What do I need to do for Vespiquen? Use Air Slash. Use Bug Buzz. Agile moves. They can leap out of trees, apparently. Okay, it already has Bug Buzz. Let's put Air Slash on there. It doesn't have attack order and defend order. Well. Agile Bug Buzz. I mean, I don't know if I'd go that fast, but, like, if they had, like, put him up to, like, 80, that would have been hilarious. Or maybe not even 80, because I don't know if I'd want to use that many of the 100 points Mega Evolution gave on that. Put him to 60, so, like, double his speed. That would put him into an entirely new speed bracket. I really miss Mega Evolution. Just sitting here thinking, like, man... like, I do get why they stopped doing it, was just simply, like... we were kind of reaching critical mass. Where, like, there were so many possible Megas that it was getting a little ludicrous. So, like, I do get it, but I still miss the mechanic. Because it made so many... it gave them ways of balancing old Pokemon without changing that old Pokemon. And, like, giving up your hold item for 100 extra base stats, basically, is... that's nice. It's a nice trade. I think we were getting close to having too many. like, they were to the point where they stopped feeling special. Which is why I do kind of get why they stopped doing them. Because, like, and just kind of put the mechanic on the back burner. Because it's like, yeah, they're not special anymore. Plus, I think a lot of VGC players were very upset with Mega Evolutions as a thing. And Game Freak / Nintendo really like balancing things around the VGC. I think the VGC players just need to learn how to play the game. Shots fired. Which is why they seem to be, like, trying to keep the spirit of Mega Evolution alive. But with things that, like, are more predictable. You know? Or temporary, like, Dynamax, where all of that was just pure temporary boost. Like, I remember the VGC crowd accepting that a bit better than they did Mega Evolution. Which, again, like, not a fan of the VGC. But then again, I'm not a fan of double battles, so that would do that. But, like, for, like, 6v6 singles, it's really nice to have Mega Evolutions around. And the other mechanics since have been a lot weaker for that, because, like, sure, you know, Dynamax was a powerful thing, but when it's only gonna last 3 turns, it kind of stops mattering. Oh, this is an alpha. Well, I've got an alpha. Mine's bigger. And can buzz like a bug. Oh, that was a crit. Well, that's not ideal, especially because I'm going to be out of PP here, but what can it do? Not much, apparently. Yeah, like, then you run into the thing of, like, always having people complain that whatever Pokemon they wanted to get a Mega didn't, and it's just like, here's a mechanic that works with everything. Everyone be happy. You know? Which, I mean, still had its problems, because then you'd get people complaining that, you know, everything has it now. It's not special anymore. It's like, guys, they're trying their best. I just miss things like Mega Beedrill, because, like, you're never gonna use a Beedrill competitively. You're just never gonna do it. Mega Beedrill, on the other hand, was freaking awesome. Like, you can't get much more glass cannon than Mega Beedrill was. Mega Beedrill is also very much a Pokemon that you could use to help teach people the importance of pivoting. Because, like, it could pivot. It could very easily turn the tide of a battle by using your U-turn strategically. And yeah, trying to please everyone is impossible. Like, it's a case of, as much as I do miss Megas, I am kind of happy with Terrestrialization. Even down to how it looks. And, like, I know this is gonna, like, that right there would probably make a lot of people go, but it's stupid. It's like, yeah, but it's Pokemon stupid. Like, yeah, when the fans heard of the mechanic and started doing fan art of, like, crystalline Pokemon, or, like, basically, like, a Pokemon getting covered in, like, crystalline armor. Like, yeah, that's cool. That's Digimon. Pokemon is slapping a ring pop on their head. That's... Pokemon's always been stupid. Like, it's always been the silly game. Like, terrestrialization has really grown on me. And, like, I was initially like, I don't think I care for how it looks. But, like, the more I thought on it, the more, like, no, I don't think I would have liked it if they had went more serious with the mechanic. I mean, we had just come off of the game of, let's make everything really big. It can get big. It chub now. Enjoy. Like, you know. Which might also be another reason why Game Freak was like, yeah, maybe let's stop Megas. Because they were too serious. Pokemon's never been a serious franchise. Nor really should it be. I feel like it kind of loses a lot of itself if you go super serious. I mean, like, I'm literally hopping into a basket on the back of a Pokemon so it can carry me up a mountain. Like, this is silly. And, like, that's not to say Pokemon can't have cool, serious moments, because they have. But, like, mechanically, the games have always been a bit silly. The design of Pokemon has always been kind of silly. I mean, I'm very much one of these people who I will defend the more modern games, even on a Pokemon design standpoint, because, like, okay, sure, they're a bit goofy. Am I the only one that remembers the literal pile of sludge? How about the angry Pokeball? You know, like... designs throughout the history of Pokemon have been dumb. The literal rat that evolves into a fatter rat. Like... and most of, like, Gen 1's designs are things people, like, praise as being so inventive, and it's like... really? Are we looking at the same things? As I said, I do still very much miss Megas, though. There's so much they could have done with them, but I do get why they stopped them, and it's like, I don't mind the newer mechanics, but, like, it's more just from a viability standpoint that I think I miss Megas. If they had stuck to giving Megas as well, to just the Pokemon who actually needed them, I feel like they would have been a lot better accepted. Though even then, you run into the quandary of like, well, how do you determine a Pokemon that, quote-unquote, needs a Mega? In my mind, it's basically anything that would not see play otherwise. That's a Pokemon that needs a Mega. But at that point, like, Nintendo has no real easy way to gauge what people are using. Because, I mean, like, sure, they have their VGC usage, but, like, that's not the best gauge. Because, like, sure, people aren't using, you know, Blissey in, like, competitive VGC stuff. But that's more just the power level of VGC. That's not Blissey being weak. That's just everyone's running basically a team of Ubers in... Oh, I thought I hadn't been noticed. Well, that might hurt. Yeah, that kind of hurt. I can live another one, though. Especially if they miss. And then I missed, because it's foggy. Oh, that was a low roll. Okay. I should have guessed that was probably a low roll. Let's see here. Probably has a ground move, that's the problem. Staraptor can probably take a hit. Yeah. I still find it really funny seeing people's reactions to the story in Scarlet and Violet. Which, like, I kind of want to talk about, but I also don't, because I don't want to end up spoiling somebody who may not have gotten there, because it's, you know... I know the game's been out for a while, but, like, that is a story that, if it's spoiled, would lose some of its impact, you know? And that happens to me. If I end up sleeping too long, I'll get a headache. So, could just be that. Oh man, Dialgum, Palkia. There's a thing hiding there. That tree looks pretty sus. I'm sad Sudowoodo doesn't dance anymore. I miss his dancing days. I try to aim for like 6 to 8 hours. If I sleep much longer than 8, I'll get a headache. I've gone completely off trail to find more Sneasels. Oh yeah, Gliscor. The buffest of Zubats. Yeah, that'll happen. Oh, hey, there's that Steelix again. Oh, hi, Buff Zubat. Oh, right, it's not, ground type. No, it is ground type. Right, yeah, it's ground flying already. My brain, for whatever reason, what it was doing was it was thinking Gligar would be just ground. No, ground flying. It always is. I'm dumb. Ow. I thought I was going to try and make like a decent amount of progress today, and I have made progress. It's just... I've gotten distracted. I gotta catch these buff Zubats. If I don't catch them, who's gonna catch them? And I have the advantage when I'm sleeping, of at least for like trying to control when I sleep and for how long. I can't sleep when there's no noise going on, so I'll just put on like an 8-hour long playlist or something, and it's like, well, when this ends, I'm getting up. I don't have a choice in the matter, because I can't sleep without it. So, you know, kind of have to get up when it ends. But I know for a lot of people that's not an option because they can't sleep if there is noise. And then there's me, like, nah, I need noise. Really? You want to fight? I think I have a way of weakening you. Wait, Bug Buzz. Bug Buzz will work. I don't know if I could take another set of hits, so let's swap over to Goodra. Goodra definitely can't weaken it, but can probably just tank it, so... I mean, it'll probably know a fighting move, but whatever. I grew up in an extremely noisy house, so like, whenever there isn't noise going on, my brain starts panicking. Because it's not normal. Like... Because, like, when I was growing up, like... all 3 of my older siblings had radios. And would all want to be listening to their station on the radio. So it's like... that constant volume war going on And because I'm 7 years younger than my siblings, you know, the next youngest of my siblings, my bedtime would be a lot before theirs. So I'm basically laying in bed trying to sleep with, like... It was mostly my older sister and one of my older brothers who'd be fighting over volume of the radios. But then my other brother would be raising the volume of the TV while he's playing video games, all while I'm trying to sleep. So, like, noise. And whenever there wasn't a lot of noise, that was a something's going on, something's wrong. This isn't right. You know. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I need to use air slash one more time. Wait, there's Carnivines up this mountain. Like, sometimes I'll put on a bit less as well. Like a bit of a long, like, a lesser duration to a playlist or something if I know I need to be awake. It's just like, you know. Like, I'll put on like 6 hours or 7 hours of stuff just to be like, okay, I need to be awake anyway, so. Okay, 5 and 5. There is Vespa Queen done. Now, let's see. Oh yeah, they have close combat. That could have gone bad. All of these natures suck so much. I'll just go with this one anyway. Because at least it's female. It just feels right to have a Sneasel / Sneasler be female. Like, you can't tell me that Sneasler doesn't give, like, girl next door vibes. You know? I can't imagine this thing being male. Maybe that's just me. But, like, the little hair flick, the, you know... Maybe that's just me, but... Now... What do I need to do for Sneasel? Go. Need to see it use slash. Need to give it food, but I can probably just make do with using slash. And defeating them, but that's gonna take inquiring them. Encountering them. Brain, what even was that attempt of a word? Hey, brain. I'll probably grab the alpha whenever I can get to it. I don't remember where it is. I think it's up here somewhere maybe, or it might be the next region. No, it's the next region, because it's in the snowy region. So yeah. I'll probably just grab the alpha then, and hope it has a better nature. Like, I can see Weavile going either way, but, like, Sneasler I can only really, like... Man, my brain is not wording. Like, Sneasler I can only really see as female. Same with, like, Lilligant. And Lilligant is forced female, so that makes sense. Like... do need to see Slash, but ground moves are not great for a Sneasel. What time is it? Okay. I think I'll go another roughly 10 minutes. Just work on Dex stuff. But then I should probably get the stream ended. I was gonna try to go like 4 hours today, but then like got distracted playing World of Tanks. Which I've also been thinking of maybe trying to stream at some point. Just so people can laugh at how bad I am at the game. Because like, World of Warships, I'm definitely a good player. Like, my EU account kind of backs that up. Like, I am near enough 70% win rate. You know, almost every ship I've played I've done well in, except the British battle cruisers, where I just feel I'm cursed. You know. But like, World of Tanks, I do not understand the mechanics of that game. I should really use this switch. Yeah. Rhyperior can end a glider. Like, I kind of understand the mechanics of the game, but also kind of don't. Like, spotting is something... Wow. How did it live an Ice Punch? Rhyperior, please, that was a quad weakness. Like, I kind of understand spotting from, like, the perspective of, like, if you're gonna shoot from cover, like, in a bush, you want 2 bushes in the way, and that obscures your firing, basically. Like, that's what you want to do. But, like, I don't understand spotting from the viewpoint of, like, how it changes while you're moving. You know? I know it does, but I don't know. I'd love to be able to just see the range I will be spotted at while moving. That would be handy. That's what World of Warships does. It shows you the range you will be detected at. And it's really handy. Who would have thought? There is a lot of things about World of Tanks where I'm just like, man, Warships does this so much better. I have at the least, though, been learning light tanks, and I feel decently well. Man, that must feel wild for you, Rand. Watching a Sneasel take a flamethrower and live above half. And then die to a double punch. Come here, Rhyperior. Be a brick wall in the way, because I want to revive my Sneasel. So I'm pretty sure I can just evolve it now, but I want to finish its thing first. At least get it to 10. I know it's always wild to me using, like, Hisuian Sneasel and Sneasler, because it's like, they're not Ice-type anymore. They're not as weak. They're poison fighting. Which in of itself has a lot of awkward weaknesses and is absolutely allergic to psychic types. But Ooh, distortion's forming. Where is it forming? I can get up to there. That'd be a neat way of ending things. I want to fight these Sneasels first, though. Must assert my dominance as the dominant Sneasel. I want to catch them, though. Because what if they have a good nature? And, like, I need to catch 2 more anyway. Hey, come closer. Wanna come closer? Tasty berry. Oh right, I need to feed them too. Feeding them's easy. I think that's basically just finished this. I can now evolve one, no problem. But I've only got the one claw. I mean, technically, Cleavor can, which is an evolution of, you know, technically the ancient Scizor. So, you know. Pretty sure that's now Sneasel done. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 things. Okay. Pin the distortion. Cleavor is Legends Arceus. So, it is this game. It's, I think it'll show up in this deck. Maybe. Nah, I need the whole region. Or, no, because I haven't caught one yet, but it's Scissor's evolution. I forget how you evolve not Scizor, Scyther's evolution. I forget how you evolve Scyther in this, but... Oh, there's another... Oh, hello there. That is a small Gyarados. And you wanna fight? I'll fight. Oh, that one's much higher level than I am. This isn't exactly a fair fight. Come here, Staraptor. Let's make it unfair the other way around. Cleavor actually has kind of a bullshit move, competitively. It's, forget the name of the move. But it's basically like a 70 power rock move that, sets Stealth Rock. So not only do you get to deal damage, but you get to set your Stealth Rock at the same frickin' time. I don't like it. I don't think anybody really likes it except people using Cleavor. Okay. I'll have to get to that after, because... Distortion time. Don't even know if I particularly have the inventory space for a distortion, but I think I do. I think I just emptied my inventory, if I remember right, so... Magmars. Some little magma Mars. Hey, a Magmortar. I can just evolve a Magmar. I don't need to try to stop and catch that, though. Man, is there no, like... There's no proper item here. It's just shards. Unless I just haven't found it yet. Blah. I have one of you guys, I can just evolve it. It's better to do that anyway. Yeah, I think it's just a bunch of shards. That's a bummer. Angry Eevee. Oh hey, a Sylveon. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty confident I've got everything, so let's just climb up here. I want to find the name of that move. Cleaver. Stone Axe. Okay, it's 65 power. But, yeah, it basically leaves Stealth Rock behind. Which is really annoying. Okay, use Black Augurite to evolve it over here. It's 90. So, technically, but also no. Like, it very much is a case of Cleavor has become, like, one of the premier stone, like, rock setters, because, like, you may as well. Like, there's not really a downside to using it. Miss Magius. Miss Magius, my beloved. Miss Drevis, my beloved. I feel like I've been one of the longest defenders of Misdreavus. Like, I remember using one back playing Gen 2, and thoroughly enjoying using it. It was a nice ghost type. Mainly just down to the amount of coverage moves it learned that let it use things that weren't ghost moves, because no ghost type was particularly good back then if it could only use ghost. And then Miss Magius came along and basically took Misdreavus and just gave it more stats in the things that matter to it. While also having a shiny form that looks like it's made of mustard. Which is just kind of funny. Tasty berry. Hat bonk. I said hat bonk. Okay. There we go. I have been going about 3 hours. I should probably get things ended off just so I can get recording Animal Crossing and not have power go out before that happens. Because like I said, the storm has started. Actually want to, check what the weather is like. Oh yeah, we're in a warning. Up to 4 hours of freezing rain. So, you know, that's gonna be fun. But, yeah, I should get things ended off here. So, I do want to say, for anyone who might like my style of content and wants to see more of it, I do a daily Animal Crossing New Horizons series, which you can find on my YouTube channel, which, if you're on YouTube, you're already there. If you're on Twitch, it's in the info. You just gotta scroll down to the info bit. Don't know where it is on mobile, but it's there somewhere. I also upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, an extra series, which is currently We Love Katamari. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, with this being the primary series for now, but that'll probably change over to Monster Hunter Wilds once Monster Hunter Wilds comes out later this month. Hopefully, I'm hoping to be mostly done with this game by then. But yeah, with all that out of the way, thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you back in the next thing I do. See you then.